Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. Manchester United simply struck a disaster class against Paris Saint-Germain, losing 3-1. We will talk about everything that went wrong, analyze it to the deepest root of the problems. So if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, smashing a like on the video, and comment down below all your thoughts and just opinions throughout the show. But gentlemen, I'm gonna get straight into it because I don't want to waste any of my time, right? I'm freaking fuming. I'm like ridiculously angry that we did not win that game, and it was for me off the top, just on top of my head. There were multiple reasons. There was certain players just not performing and haven't been performing for a long while now. That just again they didn't turn up. Oli inconsistency. I said it. That's why I'm Oli out. Is highly inconsistent. The team selection, in my opinion, was definitely the wrong team we selected. I think changes were disgraceful. I think even Bruno Fernandes. We expect him to do something, but like I said, I think today Bruno Fernandes. I'll give him away for it because this man's been carrying this team. He has been carrying this team, so I'm not gonna be harsh on Bruno today. And yeah, just in general, even when we scored the goal and we looked to play, we are so fucking lucky. That goal we got was luck, blatant luck, and there was a multitude of reasons why we didn't get that result today. But yeah, that's just my initial thoughts. Let's get your initial thoughts, boys.
I get the luck and I get that we won amazing today, but neither was PSG. Like, I think in terms of the gameplay, it was very balanced. I think PSG didn't do anything special today. I think in terms of gameplay, what was bad was our defending. It was very suspect. But besides that, play wise, it wasn't bad. But I'm annoyed, and I'm annoyed because Ole has done it again. He's let his bad decision making get the better of him. Decision making today was atrocious. It was horrible. Number one, why the heck is Johnny Van der Beek not starting?
Unbelievable.
Like, how does that
The
make
only
any
thing I can
sense?
talk about that is I don't. There's a potential his ankle wasn't 100%. That's the
I
only
still
defense. That's the
disagree.
only
But
defense I
I
can
just, I
give.
still, I feel like if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're probably fit
Yeah, you
enough to
should
play.
be
And
fit
even
enough
when
to
he did
start.
come off the bench, it looked like he was amazing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he
we
looked
also,
fine.
Yeah, he
So
looked
I don't know,
okay.
but that's the only excuse I can come up with for not starting Donny.
Fair, fair. But how long is it going to take for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to realize that McTominay is shit? I'm sorry.
yeah, that's
McTominay is
just how it
rubbish.
is.
No, McTominay is the best player in this United team. Ali knows it.
At least Clayton's a
I don't
big England
understand
boy.
his insistence on playing McTominay. People skip by him like he's nothing, and he does not offer the team anything. So that was number one. Number two, Fred. What the heck was Fred doing?
Yeah,
What on earth? Like in such a pressure game, what he was lucky he didn't get a red card then. He was very lucky, but that set it up. That set it up, and I feel like a primary school child who understands, who watches the game, knew that Fred has to go off now.
he has to go.
It was a bit obvious. Fred has to go off. In the position that he plays, he has to tackle. Like there's not much he can do. And I was thinking, fair, till halftime, they'll take him off. No, not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeps him on the pitch. The commentators, Townsend, they were saying he has to go off. It makes no sense for him to stay on the pitch. And exactly what we knew was going to happen happened. Fred got a red card, and that was downhill.
Yeah,
After
from
that, I
there it just
knew,
came on.
like, I think we all knew that it was not going to be easy to mount a performance with 10 men. And that is all down to Ole.
Yeah,
And then only then he makes the substitutes. Like,
too late though.
it's going to
Too
make a
late. Yeah, too
difference.
late.
So I'm honestly really angry with Ole today because the decision making was just horrible.
And it's
Yeah,
nothing new. We know. We said last game he again. This just shows his inconsistency. Last game against Southampton, we 2-0 down. He makes changes at halftime that completely changed the game. We did kind of pick the right team anyways, and we
Yeah.
freaking won that game. And now he's just back to the old thing. Heck, Pogba came. Pogba was the first sub ahead of Donny van de Beek. Pogba was the first sub. I get it. Pogba is Pogba, but how are you picking Paul Pogba at this moment over Donny van de Beek? And like we said, the Fred
and
thing
also
was
on,
ridiculous.
on
How
the
are you getting
Pogba
sub?
sub, it's for
Yeah.
Rashford. He was
Yeah,
our only performer today.
yeah, exactly.
Why do you do that? He was the only
Like,
reason we were in this game, and you sub him off for an inconsistent Paul Pogba.
Yeah, I just don't understand it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fred's Fred's red card was the catalyst for everything today. It was the catalyst for the downhill, and I just do not understand how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer cannot see that Fred has to go off the
then
pitch.
yeah,
Like we get his tenacious, we get that, but then there's a situation where if we get a point, we
Today was a
qualify. If we
unique,
don't,
yeah. Today was a unique situation. It was a
yeah, you can't be
situation that
taking those
required
risks.
management to happen on the field, and there was no management on the field. Ollie, to be Ollie's a hypocrite because he says in the Premier League he doesn't understand how the Premier League doesn't allow 5 substitutions.
Actually,
Champions League they allow 5 substitutions. This guy didn't fucking make a substitution till it was over, till it was fucking game over. I hate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I honestly hate him. And even the boys I love today, they fucking hang us out to dry. Because despite the bad management, despite how badly it was, we should have won that game irrespective. PSG didn't deserve to win this game today. They didn't deserve to win this game. And like you said, we only needed a draw. We didn't even need to win this. We should have won it, but we only needed a draw. And we had the draw. And we bottled it. We properly
yeah.
bottled it.
Yeah, but going back to the performance itself, it wasn't amazing either. I felt like in the second half, the game was way too stretched. There was no structure, and it was only a matter of time until someone scored. And yeah, but it's all in order today. Forget what happened on play. If he just made the right decision, he would have had a chance today.
Okay.
And another thing on Ollie for today specifically, why do we change formation again and again? Again, why?
Again.
Why have we done this? Why have we suddenly decided that we need to play the 4-2-3-1 again after just playing the diamond and winning a game?
Exactly. And it wouldn't surprise me if we go back to the diamond against Leipzig. And then I wouldn't be surprised, that Leipzig beat us because, like we said, Nagelsmann will know what he's doing. He'll be like, okay, I'm expecting Ollie to play a diamond now. I'm going to absolutely school Ollie and send these guys out of the Champions League, which is looking very likely now. Because, the confidence was high, so it was understanding how we all felt. We just needed a draw. But now everything's on the line once again to the last game. And like I said, that's why I'm Ollie out. All people were, saying Ollie's this, Ollie's that. But I said it's inconsistent and he will sack himself. If Ollie doesn't get the next round qualification, we end up in the same point we were last season, Europa League fighting to get top 4 again. And that, in my opinion, is sackable.
Advantage.
Yeah. But yeah, Clay, what are your...
It makes it worse that we had the advantage.
Exactly. But Clay, what are your initial thoughts on this game?
I just felt like we didn't get a strong foothold in this game at any point. Our counterattacks are always lethal, and that's something we should always be proud of. But we just couldn't show any consistency on the counter today. And it's really annoying, because we had just as many chances as they did, in all honesty. And we should have scored. Yeah, we had properly clear-cut chances.
That's something else I didn't mention. I'm sorry for cutting you, but like the amount of chances we had in the second half, and we don't score one of them. Martial, like I know you love Martial, but like today his finishing was atrocious.
My grand could have scored that. I said it about, I can't remember who I said it about, but my dead grand could probably even score. They just put the coffin there, fam, bounce it off and go in the fucking net. That's disgraceful. Yeah. That's disgraceful.
You need to take the chance. You need to take the chance to tap the game. Yeah. And ironically enough, I think if Rashford had hit that chance, he would have scored. But he did the right thing.
He did the right thing for once in my life. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I have no complaints with Marcus Rashford today. He did every single thing by one chance. Right at the beginning, I was like, oh, here we go again. But ever since that time, and I was angry from that time, he did everything spot on. Everything spot on. And I don't know what it is with Martial. I don't know what it is. There is clearly something wrong, This guy just cannot score a goal to save his life at the moment. He just cannot put that ball in the back of the net. Whether it's an open goal like today, it just hardest chance ever. And even Cavani's one. I mean, you 1-on-1 and then he goes for the chip and hits the bar. Bruno had 2 chances where he passed it instead of shooting. Like
Pogba's shot.
Yeah, Pogba's shot. Okay, Pogba's shot was ridiculous.
That was a bad shot,
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, he made something out of nothing.
Yeah, and then
which is what we needed, admittedly.
It looked like we just didn't want it today, even. It just looked like no one cared. It was half-assed. We just I don't know. The team
I feel like
very disappointing.
In the first half, I feel like we were a bit flat. First 20 minutes, I felt like we lost the midfield battle. It was very evident. But besides that patch, like it was an even game, really.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, Clay, you were saying before we.
It was a very even game, and it was just kind of we got dominated at a stage when they figured out how to just abuse Fred and McTominay. They just had their number for about 60 of those minutes, and they agitated Fred, they agitated McTominay. Everybody with a pair of eyeballs just saw that Fred was very riled up. They saw he was another challenge away from getting that red card. I think
Mm.
every single United fan knew he needed to come off half, and he was lucky to even make it to the half.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I would have
just
taken him off as soon as he got
yeah,
away with it. Like as soon as he got away with it, I was like, oh no, you have to
yeah.
take him off
We
now.
need to
You've
change
got
things
to
now.
take him off.
Yeah, but even just he made it till halftime. That's long enough. Make a change.
Yeah, make a
Do
change.
something.
Yeah, you made it to halftime fair. Make a
Exactly.
change.
Yeah.
Make a change
And
now.
Paul
I don't
Pogba
know.
warmed up at that stage
Yeah.
when he got that yellow card. So I do not understand why Paul Pogba was getting off the bench, getting ready, and he's only coming on the 70th minute
Yeah, I don't. And
after
the
already 2 goals down.
substitutions today were ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
Clearly,
it
Ole
just made me
was
laugh
trying to
when
send a message.
I don't know that whatever message is. I hope it's a message to the board saying fire me, please. I'm a clueless manager. That's what I hope it is. Because I can tell you what, Tuchel got saved today. That result saved PSG's manager
Yeah.
Tuchel's job. That win saved his
They're
job.
gonna qualify now.
And they will They will definitely qualify. They will probably beat Istanbul. So it literally comes down to us and Leipzig. Which is I don't even know.
It's a tough game
It's
away from home.
And what annoys me is that this. I don't know about you guys, right? But this game felt a lot like the Sevilla game in the Europa League semi-final. It was like,
Yeah.
what? We were the better team. And again, the same things. Defensively shit, couldn't finish our chances, and Ollie's management was ridiculous. It was all of the things coming back together, and again, it's just we back at square one again. Smacked back at square one. Go on another 4-game run, smacked back at square one. It's ridiculous.
And like, I understand tweaking, but sometimes there's over tweaking because I feel like I've gotten to a point where I've accepted Ollie likes to chop and change the formation, and maybe that's his thing. I've accepted that, but like the dropping of Donny van de Beek was unnecessary. Firstly, I feel like he's better than McTominay
He's
defensively.
way better
I feel
than
like
McTominay.
any United fan can see that. So it's if you want two CDMs, it's as simple as saying, Donny, just don't push up. It's that simple. You don't have to
And
play
he'll do it.
McTominay.
And
So
Donny will do it. Because as soon as Donny
I don't
came
know
on,
what
it
Ole's
looked
looking to.
instantly way better. Donny didn't put a pass wrong again. He was up and down, up and down. I'm like, how isn't this guy starting again?
Yeah.
It's
But when those subs happened at the
Even
same time,
Matic.
we didn't have a clear formation. I had no clue what we were doing. We overhauled our midfield players. We took off all our wingers, all our strikers, and we just went, we're going to just play with all centre midfielders that we have. And I do not know what we did. I saw McTominay in the box more than I saw Greenwood. I was very confused with what we were trying to do
Yeah.
because it definitely wasn't working, to say the
Yeah.
least.
It was just like, it's like, and someone made a good point about it. I seen it on Twitter. It's like, Ollie spent his whole, most, like 90% of his United career on the bench. And how doesn't he know how to use a bench? How this
Imagine,
man doesn't know how to
actually.
use a bench? How he doesn't know how to change a game? Isn't know?
I guess this is the big problem with inconsistent as well. Like if he was inconsistent, but like you could actually see that we're playing
Yeah, no,
decent
like
football.
if he, let's just say in
That'll
this
be
team,
okay.
yeah, because this is the team I play. Let's just say Tony played instead of Scott. Okay, the centre backs he was forced to play because we know they're not good enough, but Twanzebe was injured, and yeah, the front three wasn't working. Taylor's, it is what it is. But yeah, just the Tony thing, we would have been like, okay, he's picked the right team so far, and if things weren't still going well, you could have made a Pogba change. You could have brought on Mason Greenwood early if you needed a goal out of nowhere. He can't finish. He's probably our best finisher.
Yeah.
You can bring on.
It's
other
always
people. Pogba would have been on.
So those are the two extremes, Ole. It's either really good or really, really terrible, and just ain't it.
Yeah. But, I don't know. But I will say this. I don't think it's only Ollie's fault. I must say I don't think it's only Ollie's fault
Definitely.
because, like I said, as clueless as Ollie was today, we had enough chances to put that game to bed. Easy.
True.
Bruno should have had two. Martial
Yeah.
should have had one. Cavani should have had one. Rashford arguably could have had another one. But that's fishing. But yeah, there's like 5 goals there. 5 goals was clear and this was before PSG scored their second and their third. PSG didn't deserve to win this game at all. And the worst thing
It
is
didn't.
also we just needed a draw. Now we lost. Now we're going to that last game, needing to win. And our goal difference has been kind of hit. We took a -2 on the goal difference today as well. So it's just
I'll check where it's at now as well.
yeah, we'll check the table.
Probably still
6. We're at
Probably still not
6.
better because still better than probably else. Probably I'm assuming because of that 5-0, but still.
Yeah.
We've got the best goal difference.
Yeah.
+6. PSG is a
But
plus
By how
3.
I
much
think
though?
we're all on the same points, right? We're all on 9 points. Us,
It's 9,
PSG.
9,
We still
9,
only need
yeah,
a draw.
and Leipzig.
Yeah.
We still only
Yeah.
need a draw, but still,
Yeah, because that keeps Leipzig
that's
out.
risky.
Yeah. But that's
That's
freaking
risky.
risky, yeah.
Going
Because
to Germany.
Leipzig will know them. They're like, okay, United only need a draw, but that just makes us like just freaking go for it, you know? Just go gung ho, freaking attack them, beat them straight, you know.
And we don't have a Fred as well.
And now we don't
So,
have a Fred. And you know the crazy thing is, I still don't think he'll pick Donny van de Beek. I still don't think he'll pick Donny van de Beek in
Matt
that game.
Scott.
It will be Matic at Scott.
Oh my god.
It will be
Oh my
Matic at Scott.
god.
That's what I think. I think that's what it is because McTominay has been out. The only reason Donny van de Beek has been playing is because Pogba has been injured and McTominay has been injured. As soon as those two back, McTominay starts. Pogba comes on first. No Donny van de Beek.
McTominay is so bad. Like,
He's
it's not like he's
and like
decent,
you know,
so we can
we want
understand.
the
Oh,
boy to do well.
he's so bad.
Yeah, we want him to do well. You know, we understand he wears the badge. You know, he shows the leadership. He goes and swears Neymar. But you're a fucking awful footballer. You just can't do
Sorry,
anything.
it's PSG.
Exactly, it's
You want
PSG.
Gundogan to prove himself against PSG.
It's like we don't have that fear factor anymore. Like you think PSG care that we are Manchester United? No. You think West Ham care we are Manchester? No. No one cares that we are Manchester United anymore. You know, even that team. If I seen this team, I'd be like, it's a bloody joke. There's no Pogba. There's no Donny van de Beek. You know, freaking yeah. Just mark out Bruno. Game over, and that's what they did. Mark out Bruno. Done. Game dust. That's how it is. You know, Bruno can't pull something out of his ass every week. I mean, I know he has been doing it, but he can't. You know, and he's played so many games in a row. So yeah, it's unfair on Bruno Fernandes. You know, to be like that. And where was our captain today again? I don't know where our captain was today, honestly. So I think we should get into the player ratings because you know we will get to Oli again at the end of the show. But yeah, I think these player ratings will be shocking. And I'll start off with David De Gea. I think he could have made a save. That first goal, I think he should have saved it. The second goal, arguably, he also could have saved it. The third goal, I looked like he was a bit lazy and the team gave up. So overall, and plus, I don't know how that injury is thing. I don't know if he was like half injured playing today, but yeah, not a great performance from David De Gea. I'm gonna give him a 4.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. I feel like
He made a
it
world class
wasn't
save.
completely his
but-
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't completely his fault the first goal, but he could have done better. And I feel like he got beat too many times to my liking. As much as they didn't score, but he did get beat. And yeah, no, it wasn't a great performance. I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, I don't think he can walk away from conceding 3 and have anything higher than a 4 in my opinion. So I'm gonna agree with you, just a 4.
Yeah, I think no complaints. I do expect him to save at least 2 of those things, though. I mean, they both like just went under his legs, and again, the commentators were saying that he likes doing that. You know, sometimes he's very good at doing that. But Dean Henderson doesn't put his legs. You know, now he's a different type of goalkeeper, but he does save it with his arms. And Dean Henderson doesn't. When a shot comes flying in, he catches the ball more than De Gea does. De Gea more just like saves it and pushes it out into the danger area. You know, Dean Henderson safe hands, grabs it, and you know, you move again. But you know, yeah, I'm not
I
saying
feel like
Dean Henderson
De Gea
has
is
to
probably-
play, but yeah,
Down to preference, I think.
Down to
We're playing
preference,
some
yeah.
keeper. Yeah.
I feel like De Gea is probably the best in the world when it comes to saving with his legs, but he's inconsistent about it.
yeah. I mean, and it's not. I'm not even gonna blame De Gea today because, like we said, he's been absolutely world class. You know, coming up,
No.
leading up until this game, he's been world class. So you know, I don't want to fault De Gea, but I'm just saying, you know, it's a miserable day today. Start off with Alex Telles. Fucking hell, I'm gonna give Telles a 4. Also, again, I don't know what he did defensively. He is no Luke Shaw. If we had Luke Shaw today, that defense was on lockdown that side. Telles got munched. That first goal was, oh no. I don't know how Telles, McTominay, and all of them got beat. But yeah, shocking defensively. Going forward, often like close to nothing. So yeah, I thought it was a very poor game. And you know, I put an NB with Fred because you know I still have this from the match preview. I have Clayton Tokyo 3-1. Well, it was 3-1, just with the opposite team. But yeah, Telles, no, I wasn't happy with Telles. Defensively, nothing compared to Luke Shaw, and offensively, nowhere to be seen. So yeah, 4 out of 10.
And I have to agree. Offensively, not productive enough. Defensively, it was horrible. Like, it was bad. The first goal was definitely his fault. He was ball watching, and he made a couple of more mistakes after that. So I'm gonna give him a 3. It was horrible today.
Yeah, just I feel that Tez's defensive frailties just really caught up to him playing against the class of player that he played against.
It's not
we
his fault
expect him
because
not to
Luke
be
Shaw wasn't
defensive.
even fit
Yeah,
enough to play, but
yeah,
he's just no Luke Shaw. And that's why
yeah.
this is more of a point, not me slating Tellers, but more of a point that put some respect on Luke Shaw's name, fam. Because when I tell you what, Luke Shaw has played against PSG 3 times, and 3 times my man hasn't put up a stinker performance like that.
Yeah. And going forward to that, he was completely nullified. Every cross was blocked or it went sideways. He just couldn't get any room. They knew how to mark Tez out of the game, and they did it effectively when he went forward. Defensively, they exploited him. It just was a very bad game for him, and just PSG targeted him down really well. So credit to them, and just Tez had a poor game because of that. So I'm gonna agree with the 4.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this probably sums up the whole player, how the whole player ratings are gonna go. It's freaking shocking from lots of people, especially this guy, Harry Maguire. Oh, lordy, lord. He gets already from whatever rating he's gonna get in my head. It's a -1 because he's the captain. That was not a captain performance. I don't know what he was thinking. Number 2, he's just awful. He's slow. All he does is freaking put his head in the air and wins it. Passing, nothing, no drive. He made one good run, but again, that was it. The one time he showed the captaincy leadership is when he took the ball and he put a cross in for Bruno Fernandes from our box in there. But it was a little too late. We were already 3-1 down. So Maguire. I'm gonna give Maguire a 4, and I think again he was a big part of our problems at Manchester United.
Like he didn't make any direct mistakes, but he was very, very edgy, extremely edgy.
He's the reason we have to play
Like
those two midfielders.
yeah, like he just looked under so much pressure. He looked like he couldn't handle Mbappe and Neymar. So yeah, I agree with the 4. Atrocious, honestly. And as you say, because he's the captain, it makes it worse.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have nothing really to add on to that. It's just poor performance. Again, a defense that conceded 3, you can't really give a higher rating to
Yeah.
anywhere. So yeah, I agree with the 4.
Yeah. And every time there's a low cross, I fucking hate. Because you know what our wingbacks did today? No, just before we go on today. Our wingbacks, they weren't wingbacks today. They were there, like doing that centre back thing again. Like I said they would do. I said they weren't going to be here. They were going to be here.
Left back.
It is the dumbest tactic ever. How Oli is the manager of Manchester, I don't understand. I honestly don't. I feel sorry for Wan-Bissaka and Tedis because they can't stay and defend out wide, and that's why the crosses just float into our box. I would love to play United with my tactics. I would smack them. I would absolutely smack United tactically. You give me like a Leeds team, I'd smack United because it's a joke how they set up tactically. But yeah, Lindelof, I'm gonna give a 5. He was probably one of our best, if not our best defender today. I thought he didn't really do anything ridiculously wrong. But again, you concede 3, and again, you just don't have the recovery pace. Scott and Fred helped you out a lot. I think if those two didn't play, you could have been found out a little bit more. But I think the team in general would have done better without them. But yeah, 5 from Lindelof. Nothing. Again, you can see 3 goals as a centre back. And you again, ball watching. When that corner goal went in from Marquinhos, where was our centre backs? Where were our centre backs? They were marking air. That's what they're doing. We are bigger. And today I understand Oli likes zonal marking. And I know some people are advocates for zonal marking. But we are double the size of PSG. That is the perfect time to go man to man. Because they won't beat us if we go man to man. We let PSG, a team like PSG, score from a corner. It's ridiculous. So yeah, 5 out of 10 for Lindelof.
And
Yeah,
just
no, I agree with
on
that.
for half a second, I remember seeing Verratti just completely dominating Scott in the PSG box when we had a corner, just pulling on his shirt, holding him back.
Yeah,
And
PSG
just
are scum team. I
completely
don't even like. I hate
Yeah,
PSG. They're the
it
most
was
Yeah, they are.
scummish team ever.
Yeah.
The dive. You guys might as well win the Oscar. I'll give you guys the Oscar for the way you guys dive.
Yeah, they were trying to get. They're clearly trying to get Fred a red card today,
Yeah, which
Yeah.
worked.
which is
And I didn't see it.
And
He's
Oli
blind.
didn't. The 100% of the fan base seen it, but Oli didn't. But yeah, we'll go to Lindelof.
for me same as Maguire. Like the recovery pace isn't there, as you say. It's so much backtracking. We just don't seem to have the pace to nullify it before it turns into a problem, and it becomes a serious issue in these type of games. So I'm gonna give him a 4 as well.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can really say about the centre backs. It's Mbappe and Neymar running at them at breakneck speeds. They're never going to win it. And we expected this coming into it. So we wanted Tuanzebe in this game. We wanted the recovery pace. We wanted somebody who's going to be able to keep up with the Neymar and Mbappe when they're running from halfway across the field. And we just didn't get that. And we have found out way too many times. And it could have resulted in many more goals. And it was really close to being found out again. So I'm going to meet in the middle. I'll go with 4.5.
Yeah, I don't think it was a defensive performance willing, to show everything. Even with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, to be honest, I would have given him a 6, but I'm gonna still judge him because this man had conceded 5 goals today. I mean, not 5. I'm gonna give him a 5.
Yeah.
But he conceded 3 goals today. But I thought, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he really didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was our best fullback attackingly. I thought defensively again. PSG didn't want to go down that side. They were like, we tried going down that side the last time. You very seldom beat Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But again, the only reason Wan-Bissaka was bad today, it's when he always has that bad performance. Why? Because he's coming in to defend Lindelof and Maguire as a centre back and not being out on the width. So that's tactics. That's not Aaron Wan-Bissaka's fault. That's 100% Oli and the coach's fault for telling Aaron Wan-Bissaka tactically, this is going to be a tough game defensively. I want you more deeper and I want you to be more compact than, where you're the best at. So yeah, unfortunate. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka 5.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I feel like they weren't going down the side much. It was all going to Telles, which was smart by PSG because, defensively it was shocking. But the few times it did go down that side, it was also a bit disappointing. As you say, it was dropping in, and there was such a huge space there. Like PSG could do whatever they want that side. So yeah, and then offensively, he wasn't too bad. So I'll agree with the 5.
Yeah. I think we saw a stronger Aaron going forward. He was definitely our best attacking fullback today. And very nice to see that happening. And I think he got the assist on the goal. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he did. And I just think he was a much better threat.
Martial, to be honest, because I didn't feel like Martial did all that work and then it just got nicely.
Yeah.
But I think technically, Wan-Bissaka did faster than Rashford.
Yeah. But Wan-Bissaka was definitely a lot better going forward. And like you guys said, they just didn't want to attack down that right-hand side of Biles. Neymar would rather cut inside, Mbappe would rather cut inside, just avoid him.
Avoid him completely like the plague. That's what they were doing. I never seen Neymar and Mbappe once by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, not once.
Yeah, gotta make that
Not
work.
everybody's a thick as Pep, telling Sterling to keep taking on Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, no one's gonna be that dumb, except for Pep, like we said.
So I think I'm just gonna slightly inflate and give him 5.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think 5.5 is fair, but like you said, the man still conceded 3 goals. He was part of a defense that conceded 3 goals, so it wasn't the best. And like I said, I showed you here, the symbol means weakness. What happened? Weak. I said this would be the most important partnership. Well, Tellers had the absolute biggest stinker, and Fred had an absolute stinker as well. So they're broken down. That's the whole thing. I said it in the fucking preview. We all said it in the preview that all these things need to happen for us to win this game, and none of these happened. So that's why. Oh, I rubbed on Maguire. But that's why the whole freaking game plan failed, But yeah, moving on to the midfield, we'll start off with Pastor Fred. To be honest, he should have been sent off. Let's not have it on the push. He should have been sent off. But I agree with the referee decision. I 100% agree with the decision. I think I would have given him a yellow, not because he's a Manchester United player and I support them, but I do think he did get a headbutt. But that was the biggest fucking dive I've seen in my life. That man looked like he died. It looked like Fred killed him. That's what it looked like. That dive was ridiculous. In my opinion, if they got sent off, I would have sent them both off. Fred for the headbutt, and that dive was just, you were looking for it. You couldn't make much out of it, if Fred did that to me, you'd probably be like, hey bro, and then you'd be like, ref, he headbutted me, send him off, I think that's why the referee changed his opinion, which I applaud the ref for doing, because he probably looked at that and said, yeah, Fred did headbutt you, but bro, what was that? What is that, bro? You clearly made more than a meal out of it. That was an absolute disgrace. So 100% the right call, but we all knew again the red card was waiting to happen. That challenge again on Paredes, the other tackle, even the one you got the second yellow for, it was very unfortunate because he got the ball. It's just it's like, okay, now you pushed your luck and you shouldn't go in for that challenge again. Oli, why did you keep Fred on the field? So that red card, I'm more blaming actually on Oli than I am to Fred, because Fred's going to do what he is. He's tenacious, he's going to try tackle, because that's what his job is. That's what you told him tactically to do, And even so, I don't think Oli would have said, calm more down. I think we would have wanted Scott and Fred to be like, yeah, go hard on them, show that physical, and it's not the right call. So that was a disaster class. But yeah, Fred, not his best game, and the passes was awful today. Also, again, the passing was awful. So I'm gonna give Fred a 3.
Honestly, I disagree. I thought that was a definite red card, and I'm angry at Fred. I don't know what he was doing there. Like,
Yeah,
what
in the
are
rule
you
book, it
doing?
was a definite red card. I'm just saying, I like the way the referee dealt with it.
And I disagree though, because the rules are clear. It's violent conduct, and Fred is being
Yeah.
violent. Why? He knows what this game means to us, and he's
Martial got
headbutting
sent
the
off. Yeah,
opponent.
Martial got sent off for the same. Well, even for something less.
Yeah.
He just went like
Like
this.
I was saying, we've seen this be given for less. We've seen
Yeah.
VAR give for far, far less. But I do like the way he handled it. And just to give my opinion on it quickly as well, it's just I thought he really made a meal of it. It was basically just a head-to-head. It wasn't even quite a head, but I was just getting close to him and going forward to forehead, and the man just what?
Yeah.
I get that though. I get that, but it's very clear what Fred was doing,
No,
and
yeah,
that
you could
you
see
can't
his
stand for that in the
intention.
game.
Yeah, you could see his intention.
You can't stand for that
Yeah,
in the game.
definitely.
And honestly, I'm not interested in Fred's performance because that was a stupid thing to do. So I'm giving him a 0 out of 10.
Yeah,
As well.
fair.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to overlook that. It really is, because Fred should have been sent off. Genuinely. We all know we were very, very lucky to not have him sent off and the ref to be lenient enough to kind of use his own interpretation of the rule versus just going cut and dry, that's a red. Because a lot of refs just do that
Yeah,
nowadays.
I think 9 out of 10 times that's a red card.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times it's
Yeah.
genuinely a red card. We're not going to see that not given
Yeah.
for the rest of the season, in all honesty. We see anybody come close to doing that, which we have in the league alone. We've seen that happen quite a lot. It's an instant red.
Like every time I've seen that, it's
Yeah.
always been a red. So I'm extremely shocked today at what I saw.
It's
Like,
like-
I already resonated to the idea as
But yeah, I think we've talked enough about the red, and I just think Fred just was aggravated. He just couldn't get anything done. PSG properly knew what they were doing to get the worst out of Fred, and it worked. And Ali was just blind to that completely today. So I think Fred was a bit of a victim to not being subbed off, not having that talk from Ali on the sidelines or Mike Phelan, just anybody going, calm down, make it till halftime, and
I
we'll
seen
make this
Bruno
switch.
say calm down. That is the
needed
only
that.
thing I seen.
Yeah.
Is Bruno told him to calm down. But you
Yeah.
think our actual captain, do you think our coaches, our management, the rest of the team says it? Nope.
Yeah,
Nothing.
we just needed him to make it then, and then any logical manager goes, he's frustrated, he's flustered, they're trying to milk fouls out of him, sub him off.
Yeah.
Because anybody saw that was happening.
Yeah. And
So
it's
yeah.
not like you don't have great replacements. Heck, if you still wanted to be defensive, Matic was there.
Yeah, you could literally
Mm.
through matches this game. So there's no excuse why Fred played that game for that long.
Yeah.
There was
for that.
no excuse for that. But yeah, I think just it was a poor game from Fred. Our midfield was just shocking today, and just nothing clicked whatsoever. So just a 2 for me.
Yeah, fucking shocking. Tell you another player shocking, boys. This guy's milking a living. Because this guy, he's not the Premier League footballer. He's probably championship level. That's it. And you throw him into a PSG game. I say it every week. I don't know what fans see in this guy. Honestly, you guys are just being biased because he's from the youth setup. I think that's genuinely what it is. You don't need more than half a brain to realize this guy's not a footballer. He's just a passion merchant who's an all-right-ish footballer at best. He's not a Premier League footballer. He wouldn't even get into a West Ham midfield. You think about where he plays. Does he get over Declan Rice? No. Does he get over someone like McGinn? No. At Villa, he doesn't get into these teams. You're nowhere near Ndidi. He's nowhere near some of the quality, and he doesn't show development at all. So, and again today he got chowed. We've seen it. The weakest link last time we played PSG was McTominay. Today we played. He still gets.
Man is
chowed
always
from
getting
him. Yeah,
chowed.
he's getting chowed. Yeah, I could chow McTominay. Always I could chow McTominay. One little step over and he's on the floor, and then he's trying to run back. The only thing I liked of him today is that he was living rent-free in MRZ. But then again, it's just the same bullshit that everyone else gives him praise for, and that's not really what I want. It's good at sometimes, as long as he's doing the other jobs, like Roy Keane. Roy Keane was that type of player, but he was a bloody good footballer still. He was a bloody good captain. And no, it's just not good again. So I'm going to give McTominay a 3 also.
Yeah, no. Look, McTominay has it good games. But then when I think about it, I have praised him. But when I think back to it, wherever those games ever a game you can say was Manchester United standard, I don't know. I don't know. So this guy is not good enough, really. That's what I've come to, honestly. Like, he does nothing right. He did nothing right today. The best he did was some few cute passes, but he can't tackle. In positional sense, is horrible. Like, people are just running past him. Like, Mark Goldbridge puts it right. He's just a Joseph bunny. That's all he is. So, yeah, two. Honestly, it was shocking.
Yeah. And just focus on context on how frail he was defensively. The man won and lost 11 duels. He had 22 duels faced and he lost half of them. As a defensive midfielder who's supposed to be the heir to Matic, he's losing 11 out of 22.
Yeah. Again, it's just
That's a
how
joke.
don't
Yeah.
you play this guy over Donny Van de Beek? I mean, I had some of
It's madness.
some other United fans messaging me like, no, I understand what Ollie's going with here, because Donny Van de Beek doesn't give that defensive cover. I'm like, what? What? Have you watched Donny Van de Beek?
And just play Matic if you want defensive
Even
cover.
that,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
even that. But have you
Here's
guys
the thing.
watched Donny Van de Beek? He is just brilliant. It's way better than McTominay everywhere. The only
Yeah.
thing he doesn't
Yeah,
have
that's the thing.
is that height. That's about it.
Yeah,
He's not bad
that's the
defensively.
thing.
Not at all.
That's the thing. Like, the thought behind playing two defensive CDMs, you can understand it. But the problem is here, Donny is so much better at everything McTominay that you can't excuse it.
Yeah, you can't excuse it. And I won't have this that Donny Van de Beek is frail, defensive. I won't have it. Because I honestly don't
rubbish.
believe that. Yeah, I don't believe it.
In the words of Ricky, he is a proper midfielder.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
He is
everything.
a class midfielder, Donny Van de Beek. I feel sorry for you, boy. All I can say is, inshallah, that, Pochettino comes in and he make you a regular starter, but that's all I can say. Because I'm done with this man, Jen. I'm done with, these Ollie players that live up Ollie's ass and, Ollie lives up their ass. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But yeah, not a good performance from McTominay. Clayton, did you give him a rating?
No,
No,
but
I
a 3 from me as well. No.
Yeah. And like you said, he lost 50% of his duels. So yeah, just awful. Next up, the actual captain of this Manchester United team, the heart and soul of this Manchester United team, Bruno Fernandes. I can't blame him. I actually want to rip his head off for not shooting on those two occasions. I want to rip his head off for not. But like I said, when you play like Bruno Fernandes has been playing, and you've literally been the only man saving this team, you get away with it, And like I said, I don't even think it's your fault today, because you were marked out of this game. Every time Bruno got near the ball or on the ball, 4 PSG players running straight towards him, block him out, There's always people on Bruno Fernandes. He wasn't allowed to dictate the play. And that's why, again, a person like Donny Van de Beek is so creative, because, if you PSG, you look at this team, you're like, I don't have to worry about Fred. I don't have to worry about Scott. They are going to do nothing for us. I only have to worry about Bruno Fernandes. And if you block out Bruno Fernandes, nothing's happening. But when you have Donny Van de Beek, Donny doesn't misplace a pass. He's got 100% pass accuracy. So, now you have 2 problems to deal with. When Donny's on the ball, you try to press him, but Donny will release it straight to Bruno. It's what I talked about, having these intelligent footballers on the pitch. We need your most intelligent footballers on the pitch. So I don't blame Bruno Fernandes today. And, I am going to give him a 5. I'll give Bruno Fernandes a 5.
Yeah, no.
Which is probably like a 7
can't give him-
to like any other normal player.
Yeah. Like, I can't give him much praise, honestly. Yes, I understand he was knocked out. And that's the consequence of playing this formation, having a focal point in the midfield. That will happen. But yeah, no, he didn't impact the game today, so I can't give him a high rating. And I'm gonna give him a 5 as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this just wasn't Bruno's day. It's as simple as that.
No, it just wasn't his day.
Couldn't get the best one. Yeah, he was frustrated. Whenever he tried to make something happen, you could just see the look on his face. He just wanted something to happen. He just could never get it, the final product there, and it's just
Yeah.
very frustrating for him. And it's clear as day that he was just locked out. He wasn't allowed to do what he does best. So yeah, that is. We should have made some changes to accommodate for that, and we just
Yeah.
didn't do
You
anything.
can't stop him.
So much could have changed. Yeah. Don't even some of change the
Yeah.
system.
No, that's what you should have done.
There's
You
ways
should have
around
brought
it,
on
yeah.
Pogba and Donny Van de Beek.
Yeah.
I would have brought on Pogba at 20 Van de Beek for for something. Bring in that time and somehow go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
After
half
20
time,
minutes,
it's
that's
not
just
working.
that's a boy. I'm sorry.
It's not working.
Just go.
So you
No,
change it.
Exactly.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
We needed to have made a change, and we just didn't. And Bruno was just the victim of that today, especially. You just couldn't make anything happen. So yeah, I think a 5 for me as well.
Straight. But yeah, Bruno, I still love you. I still think a statue of you should be built out of that stadium because my God, you are a player and a half. Don't I know he'll be fuming. I know his wife and daughter will be fuming at Bruno Fernandez's performance because I know that's the type of player he is, and that's just the type of people he has around him. Bruno. Don't let this game shock you, my friend, because I won't put it past Bruno Fernandes being the only reason we qualify for the next round of Champions League. If he pulls out an absolute masterclass against Leipzig or against any other team, this is the whole reason Ollie's still at this job. He's the whole reason this team is rated as highly as they are. He's the only reason. One man, one name, Bruno Fernandes. So yeah, you have these days, and for for Bruno Fernandes, it just doesn't happen often. And today it's against PSG. You don't really play a team of PSG's quality all the time. So it is what it is. Unfortunately. This next guy. Yeah, this next guy. Yeah. Hi. I'm giving Martial a -1. Can't be asked. Can't be asked. Like I said, I think even if you have a box and Rashford plays that ball and it'll ricochet off the box into the back of the net. Then that second chance where Cavani hit the bar, it falls straight to you. Then it looked like he was just scared, and that's what we've never seen something about Martial. Is now his confidence is completely gone. That tap in, he went straight for the roof of the net. Make sure it went off target. I was like, oh my god, how do you miss that? Werner misses those. Firmino misses those. I don't rate any of those two. And now my boy misses those. And that was Rashford. I would have absolutely killed him. So I'm gonna be just the same as I would be on Rashford. That was disgraceful. That's a -1 performance. And it's sad to say because everything else Martial did was great. That through ball to Cavani should have been a goal. That through ball to Bruno Fernandes should have been a goal. His dribbling was insane. That dribble and that shot that ricocheted, to the wing and it got put back into Marcus Rashford. He created that out of nothing. Everything else of Martial today was there. But in football, for fine margins like that, you need to score. And that was the easiest chance of the game. By far, easiest chance of the game. So yeah, Martial, I don't know what it is with Martial. Because like I said, I've never not seen Martial not confident, Now it looks like he doesn't know what to do. It's almost like, what does this guy need to do to get a goal? He caught the tap in. That was the perfect chance. He had a tap in on the plate and he missed it. So I don't know what to do with Martial going forward. I don't know, because everything else of his game is still there. It's there. It's just that ball in the net is not there anymore. And I just don't know what it is. But yeah, -1 from Martial. He could have won us the game. And he should have won us the game.
I have to agree. I think the first goal was completely his doing, to be honest. I feel like without him, we don't score that goal. And he was threatening. Like, his dribbling was really giving them trouble. Once we started getting a hold of the game, it was all going through, at a point, it was all going through Martial.
Yeah.
But those chances, like, my guy, if you want to be playing number 9 at this club, you can't be missing those chances. You cannot be missing those chances. And, like, we win. We get something. We qualify, actually, if he scores those chances. So you really can't excuse that. It was atrocious. So I'm going to give him a 0 as well. No, actually, I think I'm being too emotional. I'm going to give him a 3.
So I don't exactly want to sound like a broken record. You guys said everything that needs to be said about Martial. We just need him out of this. It's as simple as that. We need him out of this because Martial at his best gives us goals, he gives us assists, and he wins us games, and we haven't gotten that.
Yeah.
So
he
just
should have had 2 assists today, And if those 2 assists, like Bruno should have scored. I don't know why he tried passing to Cavani. And Cavani, I don't know. The most annoying thing is I wish the chances were inverted. I wish Cavani had that Martial chance, and I wish Martial had that Cavani chance. Because I tell you what, Cavani will put that tap in away, and Martial will chip the keeper to perfection.
Okay, but There's only so much you can do, you know.
There's only so
Like
much.
I think Cavani did everything right.
Yeah, I wouldn't slate Cavani. I wouldn't
Which
be
is
lying to you.
unlucky
I'm
for the head
about to
though.
slate. I'm about to slate him. For a guy who's supposed to be this lethal. I got ice in my veins. I put goals away, saving our asses from against Southampton. Then you play your old club.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm there now already. We've said
Okay,
everything about
okay,
Marshall. I'm there.
that's good.
Okay, my boy Marshall, my boy. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. I've got no ideas. I put it on the plate for him. My boy Rashford put it on the plate for him, and he still managed to mess it up. So I don't know if he needs a dropping. I don't know because even if you drop in, the problem is like I said, everything else about Martial's game is there. You can see the brain, the technique, everything's there. It's just the chances. He's not as clinical. He doesn't have that ice in the veins anymore. I don't know. And like I said, it's been so hit and miss. He's had sickness, suspension. He hasn't been able to get this run. So that's the part of the other reason. Like I think I would still play Martial to play him into form. Let him sort it out. So that's what I just think. But again, I know there are going to be fans out there, Man United fans that says they don't rate Martial. I understand. I know people will be saying you cannot make this guy start. Yeah, I mean, listen. Today I can't defend the boy. I can't defend the guy. So yeah.
Like I feel like so many players with question marks, you know. And I'm not denying that Marshall will be a great player. I think he will. But like Marshall, is he lethal enough? Rashford, the intelligence is not there. Fred, he's inconsistent. McTominay is McTominay. So sometimes I wonder, like, can you really challenge anything with those many players on really established?
That's the biggest part. I don't even think those are big. I think this is our biggest problem. This year, that triangle, Harry, Victor, and Scott.
That's square. That's
Yeah,
square, actually.
that square, yeah, is the fucking nightmare of this team. That middle
Yeah.
is the worst I've ever seen it. Cause like if on top of my head, if you imagine we had Ander Herrera still and Donny Van de Beek, sorted.
That's
Even if we had Smalling, so Harry and Smalling or Victor and Smalling, it's probably better. Even Upper Meccano and Smalling. It should have been Upper Meccano and Kuibai. Then it's like, oh my god, that's what should have happened.
Smalling and Tinzwebe, in my opinion.
Yeah, even
They were both in
Twanzebe and Mengi. I mean, you got nothing to
But
lose.
then it is still suspended for this game, so you
Yeah,
can't exactly
you
pick
can't
his
do
straws
it,
for Sanzebe, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only
I get
difference.
your point nonetheless, yeah.
But anyways, I sidetracked. But this guy, Cavani, from hero to zero. Hey, I don't know what he was thinking with that chip. Listen, if it goes in, it's great. We celebrating, wins us the game again. But why didn't you just put it past the keeper? Why didn't you just go bang, power it straight home? I don't understand. Hold up, there was nothing. You was not involved in anything. We couldn't get the ball to him. Why we
Those
couldn't get the
Zlatan
ball to him?
moments.
Yeah, and you know why we couldn't get to him? Because PSG are a fast team, and they marked Bruno Fernandes out of the game. So that ball, and we had Fred and Scott. They are not gonna get the ball to him. If Donny was there, if Pogba was there, maybe we would see more chances. But yeah, poor. I thought Cavani was actually very poor today. And again, Cavani should have scored. I don't give a fuck. Cavani should have scored that chance. I was fuming, so I'm gonna give Cavani a 4.
And when I think back, you're right. Like, because I was surprised he chipped. It wasn't like he had to go for the chip to make it a decent chance. I was like, okay, he's gonna hit it hard,
Yeah,
or
hit
top
hard.
corner or something.
Yeah.
He chips. I'm like, it was very surprising. So I agree, he should have scored that goal. The movement, yeah, Cavani is known for that. It was brilliant. It was there, but it didn't really come to fruition. And it's like the game during the week, I think, against Istanbul. Like he just wasn't getting any touches in the box, and that's a problem. That's a problem. On the weekend, he played on the wing. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but today he just couldn't get any touches really. And you can't score goals if you don't have the ball. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, 4. It wasn't a great performance.
Yeah. And a big thing with Cavani that I don't know how Ali hasn't realized yet, but this man can't play 90 minutes every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we saw how bad he was towards the end of this game. The man was lazy, he was fatigued, he literally couldn't chase a ball that could have led to a shot attempt. It was very, very fatigued, to say the least, and I don't know why we're trying to get 180 minutes out of a 35-year-old in the Champions League. That's
He can't play
really...
against West Ham. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't play against West Ham.
He's probably also got the ban, so admittedly he probably can't
Yeah.
if he wanted to. So But I don't know how he didn't see that. Cavani just slowed down over time, even more and more and more and more. And if he couldn't get a foothold in the game by the 60th minute, just get him off the pitch. Honestly,
I think today's game, in my opinion, was crying out for Pogba, Donny, and Greenwood. I was
yeah.
like, we need that goal out of nowhere, and we need Donny and
But Ollie
Pogba to,
waited and he
yeah.
waited and he waited and he
It's
waited, and then
cowardly. It's honestly cowardly.
I'm gonna take Rashford off.
That's what I'm saying.
Why?
It's cowardly. People won't fear this team. I know it won't make sense on paper, but if on paper you seen a midfield of Bruno, Donny, and Pogba, you'd be shitting your pants. You'd be like, okay, boys, we gotta defend. Actually, they might be they might be weak defensively, but we have to defend for our lives. We can't let
With this,
Donny.
because we need
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
be scared. We need to be terrified because those
exactly.
guys are gonna find those through balls. They're gonna find Cavani. They're gonna find Tony. They're
And the
gonna
game
find.
plan went to the bin. Our whole
Yeah.
game plan today was sit back, counter, get the goal. We went 1-0 down. From that point, I knew we weren't going to win the game. Because that's our game plan
I feel
out
like
the window. It's done.
going in the second half, he was already focused to get the draw, and maybe that's why he didn't move Fred. But then you put Matic there. I think
Yeah,
that's an
exactly. If
obvious
you're gonna
switch.
park the bus,
Yeah,
park the bus.
pocket,
Like
yeah.
it's right there. Just use it.
Yeah.
You can even take Bruno off for him, arguably. If you really wanted that 1 point, take Bruno off, play 3 holding. Then what's your
And like
excuse?
you're asking too much. If you're gonna be
Exactly.
sitting back, Fred's gonna have to tackle now because PSG is gonna be coming more and more now. So you're asking way too much from Fred. So I don't know what
Definitely,
Oleg's thinking.
It was poor game
I-
management.
definitely.
Mm.
Very poor game management. But yeah, Cavani just wasn't on it today. I think a 4 is fair.
Yeah. The final player. I'm going to go last on this one. As normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you were saying maybe he's better on the right. Yeah, he did look quite productive today. Like that chance, it passed perfect. That was he was supposed to do. But I have this weird feeling if he had shot, he would have scored that goal. So it's a bit annoying. But like, yeah, look, I can't fault him too much. He didn't do much wrong. The first few minutes, there were a few chances where like, oh gosh, here we go again, as you said. And there were some selfish moments. But then besides that, I think he was quite productive. So yeah, maybe as you said, highest rating. I'll give him a 6.
Highest rating. A 6. Oh my.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
and he
hurt.
scored. So.
Oh. Rashi was all we had today, boys. Let's be honest. Rashi was it. This man is a god on the right. He just grows a brain. He actually looks up. It's like he's trying to do something more than he is trying to just shoot and go with it. And I like that a lot more about it. So what I don't know why it's taken Ollie a season to just so much as experiment with it. But Rashi's really confident down that right hand side, and he looks very creative. He's trying to put things on a plate for his teammates. And obviously, he's still going to have his selfish moments where he takes that shot with his right foot that just rolls along to Keylor Navas. It's going to happen. But you're going to get
I
that
was triggered.
Rashford.
Yeah, I was triggered when you did that.
Oh, my, that's such a bad shot. Why? But then, if he had shot the opportunity where he tried to pass and he missed, then you're going to be like, why didn't you pass? Like, that's the thing as well. I would have rather the pass in that situation, go for the tap in. Because like Shoni, I also appreciate just an easy goal. Like you don't have to just bang a top bins from cutting from the right, and just you don't have to do that every time. You can go for that simple pass, and it's going to work most of the time. And unfortunately, it just didn't fall for Rashford as much as it should have. But he was the only player in it tonight, in all honesty. He's the only player who managed to find his own space. He's the only player who managed to unlock that defense to any extent whatsoever. So for me, obviously, the man of the match, there's no one else even comes close in this game. It was Rashford and nothing in this game. So just a 7 from me.
Yeah. Now, with Marcus Rashford. Guys, I told you, this man on the right, it hits differently. It hits
Yeah.
differently. He's forced to, make that pass. He's forced to whoop in crosses, and he's right-footed, so it suits it. Now like we said, the first goal we conceded, right? I was so pissed because he did something. I can't remember if it was the wrong pass. Bruno was there for the tackle, But I was super. He gave it away. They counted, and we conceded. But I know the tellers and McTominay's fault as well. But I was like, oh my God, Rashford just did the right thing. We would have prevented it. But from that point onwards, my boy did everything I always asked about him. Everything. The passing, spot on. When he has to dribble, spot on. When he has to take the shot, spot on. When he has to put the cross, spot on. Passing accuracy, great. Crossing accuracy, great. Linking up with Aaron, great. Tracking back, great. Being outlet, great. That is when Rashford can be one of the best players in the world on the wing. So, honestly, I have to applaud him because it's something I always want in my life. And, today, he should have done it. So I'm going to give Rashford 8 out of 10. I think by far our best player. By far.
Honestly, I struggle to give those type of ratings this type of game. I don't like to.
I think he was absolutely fantastic. He got his goal. You make your own luck. He should have had that assist. That should have won us the game. He should have had another one for Bruno. But again, that one didn't come off. And I was just like... But Rashford, that's what I want to see from him week in, week out. That is the Rashford I want to see. Whether they be on the left, whether they be on the right. I just think on the right, he's forced to do it. He can't do that shooting that way. Otherwise he'll have to shoot near post. And, if you're playing on the right hand side. But that is the Rashford I personally want to see week in, week out, every day of the week. I want to see that type of Marcus Rashford. And you know what the craziest thing, the one that really left me speechless, is that I'm thinking, right, Rashford, he's had the game of his life today. And I'm like, yeah, keep Rashford. He's going to do something. He can get it. If there's anyone who's looking like he can get something today, it's Rashford. And then, I'm like, yeah, Oli will never sub. He never subs a Rashford. And then today, out of all days, he subs a Marcus Rashford. And I was just thinking, this guy must be taking the fucking piss. This guy must be put as a United manager to annoy my life. He was sent from above to annoy my life as a United manager. If there ever was a manager I hated, is Oli Gunnar. I hate his guts. I hate it. And that's why I'm going to go straight into it. I'm going to give Oli his rating, yeah. Because honestly, tactically, you are retarded. You're out of your depth. Changes, there was no changes. The Fred thing, ridiculous. I honestly hope you get fired. I hope you don't do well at Manchester United. Because I don't think you can. You've proven me right multiple times. I hate your guts. I'll never disrespect you as a legend for the club as a player. But as a manager, you're an absolute clown. You're a fraud. Freaking move Maguire's rating there. Oli, I'm giving you... You bottled. I'm giving you 1.5. And I don't even give halves. I'm giving you 1.5. You absolute prat of a manager.
I think you've been kind. With that rating. I thought Oli was atrocious today. Like, it's his fault.
Boys.
I know the players...
I'm Oli out. This rating makes sense. This guy, he wants Oli to do well.
Yeah. Like, yes, the players weren't amazing today, but like Oli's decision making was just atrocious. Like what you just said there just sums it up. He never subs with Rashford. Rashford's playing well today. He subs him off. Like in what right mind do you do that?
Move. I'm telling you, that's the whole reason he's the Manchester United. He gets a living out of annoying my life. My life. Yeah. He's like, how can I ruin Shoney's day today? How can I ruin it? Oh, I know. He doesn't like Rashford. And then he was thinking, yeah, Shoney doesn't like Rashford. Let me take him off. I sweat. I'm gonna smack this living life out of this guy.
Yeah. It's like sometimes he can't see what's going on. It's like he can see it.
The funniest thing is when my dad will laugh. He'll be like, my dad will be like, oh, Ollie's got a nice watch. I'm like, I don't care about his watch. And then Ollie's looking at his watch. And then my dad just starts laughing because Ollie came up like this when we were losing and he does this. I'm like, whoa, no, what are you doing? This guy. When you look at Tuchel, he's giving instructions to the player. I can read what he's saying. He's saying push up, this push up to this. And then Ollie's like, he's doing this other. Fuck this guy. I can't stand Ollie. I can't stand Ollie.
Yeah, like the biggest thing for me is the Fred one. Like I've been going on about it a lot, I know, but like you can't forgive that.
Yeah, you can't forgive that Fred one.
Anyone with the football brain knew that Fred has to go off.
Yeah, the whole fan base knew Fred had to go off.
Yeah, so minus 20. Honestly, this is atrocious.
Write it down. Yeah, minus 20. Yeah.
So.
Oh boy.
Personally, just Ollie, I don't know what you do on that sideline, but you do not watch the game.
He doesn't
You
watch.
sitting
Yeah,
there
this
watching
guy.
YouTube?
I think this guy must not watch the game. Surely this guy must
Sitting
not watch
there?
the game.
He's watching the RDA on his tablets. He's just chilling. He's
He's
having a good
watching our
time.
previews. He's like, what did this
Yeah,
guy say in the
he's
preview?
watching the preview during the game. It's
Like,
like,
oh,
oh no.
it's like she's gonna be so pissed tonight.
Yeah. Oh, no, this man does nothing. When he's on the sidelines, he gives no instructions whatsoever that are useful to players. And games like this, when your players are not in it and you're getting just outclassed by the other manager, this is when your managerial ability is supposed to shine. You're supposed to be like, okay, Scott, go up, go back. Fred, go up, go back. Just something, change something. And he did nothing. He did nothing whatsoever. He just ruined our formation with those subs. He took off Rashford, who was our best player, and he just was just on the sidelines. It
You
looked
know,
like he was.
I was
When
laughing.
the man was
I was
shaking,
laughing when
he was
he took
shaking
off
hands.
Rashford for the first time in
Sucks.
his life. When he's actually, I was dying. I was absolutely
no.
dying. I was
No,
like, this
no,
guy must be taking the piss, or he must be drunk. The only other thing I can think is that someone's spiking the water. I don't know. Because you know, away from home is not bad, but at home, this guy, then someone must be spiking the water. There must be some other, I don't know, something fumes in the air. I don't know. That tablet, I don't know what the tablet is telling him at home. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
No, I don't know. And a big thing for me is when Ollie was shaking the hands of the PSG boys. He was so happy. You could see
Yeah,
the
no,
smile. He
yes,
was
yes,
just like, "Yeah,
yes, yes.
good job,
Ollie's
guys."
never not that
He
bad.
was. Love it. It's so bad just seeing that. The decision making was terrible today. I don't think any of those substitutes were correct. You should have done a lot differently a lot sooner. Fred should have gone off for Van de Beek or Pogba. Scott should have come off for Van de Beek or Pogba. Rash should have stayed up for the full 90. Cavani should have gone off for Greenwood. I think it's as cut and dry as that right
Yeah.
now. That's the subs he should have made during the time.
Mm.
Cavani fell off a cliff. Scott was
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, I would,
Fred was a
yeah.
yellow card waiting to happen again.
Literally, what I would have done, just to forget, do it quick,
Yeah.
It was so easy. It's two changes you could have done. There's two changes
Yeah.
you could have taken. Could have changed the whole game.
Even
No,
just
I
the
know
lineup.
back
as well.
four you couldn't do anything really. I know Fonseca can't even play or whatever, but literally, you just make two changes. You just do this. You just do this one time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just play the timer once. And then
Literally
you
played
keep
on the weekend.
Cavani, yeah. You literally played.
You just got people comfortable, and Cavani looked great in that role. What are we doing? Just what are we doing?
You probably have to keep on Scott because like the Fred thing, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You bring on Dunn. Oh, sorry, not Scott there. Sorry, I didn't mean to put Scott.
Yeah.
There. You put Scott over here.
Yeah.
And you bring on Paul Pogba.
Or even switch them because I think
Or
Pogba's
even
better on
switch
them.
them, yeah, whatever. You
Yeah.
switch them. But either way, that was the
Sure.
change to make. Two changes. You take off Fred for Pogba and you take off Martial for Donny van de Beek. And then all of a sudden your biggest problem in the game was the midfield battle. You 100% win the midfield battle with those players.
Yeah.
And the strikers, Rashford played well, and Cavani he probably thrives more in this formation than in the 4-3.
And we did this exact thing against them in the first game.
That's the crazy
crumbled.
thing. This was the tactic that changed the PSG game in the first leg.
Yeah.
And you switched it to the diamond, and we were like tactical brilliance, fair play, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But now, why am I Ole out, guys? Because I know he can do it, but I know he's gonna do this again. I told you guys, don't get happy. Don't be surprised you don't see Tony Van de Beek. Don't be surprised you see some other tactics and some other players, some other formations. Because I know Ollie's known to do dizzy things. And in the long term, it's not good enough. And the summary today to just enough like the tactics stuff. We can obviously talk about it a little bit more. But I said the summary of today's thing is that both one of these managers are under serious question whether or not they're good enough. Tuchel saved his job today. Ollie's is just I'm not saying his job is on the line. He's going to get sacked 100% after that. But it just shows why Pochettino is much needed at Old Trafford. I would have cried if Ollie won today by luck. And then, PSG fire Tuchel and they get Poch. And we stuck with this clown for the long term. I would have hated that to happen. So at the summary, one manager saved the job today. The other one put it back up into question.
Honestly, head-to-head wise, I think I actually like to go. I'd even take him at United just to put that out there.
Yeah, I would take him over Ollie, but he's definitely not in my top 10 of managers.
I don't know. I think he's a decent manager. But
yeah,
look,
Ollie, yeah.
as you know, I'm all out. But like, I feel like we need to wake up to this inconsistency because you can't be saying all out 1 week and then talking about potential title challenging the next week. Like, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. This team is way too inconsistent, and I feel like we need to be consistent ourselves as a fan base on that tune because I feel like when we don't do that, we give them too much breathing space. We need to put more pressure on them.
Okay.
So
So I'll ask you this again, boys. It's been a while since I've asked this question. Are you only in? Or are you only out?
look, I've decided I'm going to give him time. I've made that decision and I'm going to stick by it because I feel like we've seen Klopp. He took him, 5 seasons to do it? And Ole clearly has potential. So I'm going to give him the time. But nowhere am I gonna invest my energy and time into believing that we can win the Champions League and the title because it's not going to happen. Way too inconsistent.
Clayton boy, I know you were more like on the fence, but you know you have your
Yeah.
doubts and your criticism. So I ask you again, boy. Also, are you all in or are you all out?
Right now, I think we have to stand by it until this Leipzig game is set in
I
stone.
think that's that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that. Oh my PC just okay. Never mind. But I was gonna say that. What if I told you guys? You know, obviously this is hypothetical. Oli gets knocked out of the Champions League group stages, and we're back in Europa League, and again we have to fight for the league top four. Then what?
Yeah.
Because
In
where's
my
all the
head,
progress?
that
Where's the
comes.
any of the progress? What was the goal this season? Was to get out of the group stages into the knockout stage of Champions League and make top four easy. Top four is not easy. Yeah, I know it's very early into the season, but it's not. It's by far from easy still.
Yeah, very far.
And the Champions League now all of a sudden is looking on the ropes. And you know that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm the whole reason I'm Oli out. I don't back him to do this. And I know it's gonna take time to get lots of the fan base, and I know lots of the fan base loves Oli. You know, I can understand why they love Oli. I mean, this guy won us the biggest thing in football history, a freaking a treble. You know, he was an insane footballer. But you know, like you said,
Look, I'm not gonna say
great managers.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say Ole out if you don't make it past the group. It'll be hard not to. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say that because, as I said, I have to stick by saying I'm gonna give him time. And at the end of the day, it is the hardest group in the Champions League. But what I will say is, if we don't make top four, I'm Ole out. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. But at that point, I think it's far
I think
too
at
late.
that point it's too late. But yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna. It's literally that whole full cycle again. You know, Poch will come in, and now it's like,
Yeah.
oh god, here we go. Poch
Yeah,
will
but
be
that's
Europa.
the cross I'm gonna have to bear because
Yeah.
I'm giving this manager my hope.
But I think the
So I'm gonna have
reality
to
of the
bear that
situation
cross.
is that I don't think the board really fire Oli. I do think that lots of what the football pundits, you know, journalists say is that the fans are the reason why some managers come or some managers go.
Yeah, true.
The fans are the whole reason Bruno Fernandes is here. To be honest with you, the fans wanted Donny van de Beek. You know, then somehow we got Donny van de Beek. We wanted Koulibaly, but that was pushing it. You know, that was just an extra 5 million that they just didn't want to give us.
We did it to all our managers. With Moyes, we literally flew a banner
don't
over the stadium.
underestimate the power of the fan base. Because when the Oli sexuals have had enough, you best believe it's he's gone. He's gone.
But okay, but here's my defense against defending Oli, I guess. But Oli still got really good players in this window. He may not have
He
gotten
did.
the exact players he wanted, but he got fantastic players
You got Van
instead.
de Beek.
Yeah, he
got
got
Donny
Donny
van de Beek.
Van de Beek. I'm sorry, I know Jack Grealish is fantastic, but Donny Van de Beek still. Like,
I get you.
just completely overhauled our midfield and changed it completely, and it's about 10 times better than it was last season. And we had a worse start than last season. We're struggling to win games as consistently as last season, and we just aren't moving forward despite still getting good signings, even though he wasn't backed fully.
I get what you're saying, but like at the end of the day, this is a massive job. It's a big job, and it was never gonna happen overnight. Like I said, Klopp took 5 years to get it right. So I feel like, and from my point of view, I feel like
Do
Ole
you
has.
honestly think Oli can win us a title? That's the big thing.
Yeah, I've always
That's the
said
thing. That's the whole reason I'm not. That's the only reason I'm not Ole out. I'm not sure. I do think
I
there
can
is
tell you
something
right
in this
now.
manager.
As soon as Klopp came to Liverpool, I knew they were going to win something eventually.
I could see. Well, the only reason I could say about the club thing is that I could see the vision. This man he got in, especially with the team he had then, he got insane results
Exactly.
out of that team. I mean, that team was ass. There was no
I get
Ederson,
you. I
there
get you.
was no Van Dijk, there was no Trent, there was no Robbo, there was no freaking Salah, there was no Mane. You know, there were awful players, but you could see the vision already. You could see that this man, he's doing something special at this club.
Yeah.
With Oli, it's just like, oh, I don't know, boys. The 1 week we're challenging for a title, next week we say we're gonna get relegated. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
I get you. I
Before
feel
the
like
preview, we were saying Champions League can definitely happen. We can qualify. Now we're sitting in the reaction. It might not happen, but it actually the reality is we got smacked in the face, and now we're on the ropes again.
I think the difference is Klopp and Pep are very proactive managers. They set their plan, and that's how they're going to play. That's the identity, and you see it game in, game out. Ola's not like that. He's very reactive. Like, he will look at the other team and say, I'm going to play like this week, I'm going to play like this that
Yeah,
week.
but you know that
And
that sounds like
That
a
consistently,
mid.
he's
Yeah,
like
but that's what I'm
reactive.
saying. That sounds like a
I get you.
mid-table manager. It sounded like a
I get
mid-table
you.
manager or a relegation manager, which he was. That's what he was.
I hear
for
what you're
United.
saying.
Bloody United.
I hear what you're saying. But there is the idea or the hope that with better players in every position, maybe it could work. You know?
Look at the players he has now compared to last season.
This is the
You
best. This is the
could
best
True.
Manchester United team in a long, long time.
I get you. It's the best, but is it good enough?
Yes.
Maybe under a brilliant manager, maybe under Klopp, maybe
It's good
under
enough to get
Pochettino.
out of this Champions League group. It's good enough to get out of the Champions League
Okay.
group, and it's good enough
Okay.
to be in top four easy. And he's not.
Yeah,
He's
no.
not hitting home.
It's
Like,
good enough
it's
to
good
I don't know
enough.
about top four.
It's good enough to
I don't know about
walk.
top four.
It's good enough to absolutely steamroll West Brom at home and clap them 10-0. It's good
And
enough for that. And Arsenal.
I think it's good. It's good enough to beat West Brom. It's good enough to get out of the group, but I don't know about top four because I think competition is very tough in the Premier League. And I think a brilliant manager, maybe like Klopp, would get way more. A manager like Poch would get way more. I agree with that. But I do feel like with his management style, there is a chance that if we had more established players in every single position, I think it could work. And
But
I
who
say that because I
that's
feel like
squad. Honestly.
there's something.
Honestly, look at our squad man to man and tell us who is not an established player that has played a lot of games at a high professional level multiple years.
But there's question marks.
Ollie's
That's
got.
the thing
You
in
know
our
what I will
squad.
say though, also is that Ollie has got. I don't care what anyone says. Ollie in my head has got the best midfield in the world. In the
I
world,
don't
he's
know.
got. Bruno Fernandes is the best midfielder in the world at the moment. Paul Pogba
Maybe
can
it's
be
the,
the best midfielder in the world as well. Donny van de Beek is an insane midfielder. Fred is very good.
Mm.
Our fullbacks,
I feel like
Luke Shaw, very good. De Gea, Dean Henderson. This is the weakness. I defend Ollie here. This is shit. Those two centre backs are.
I get you. I get you.
But Rashford,
I feel like established was the
Martial,
wrong word.
Cavani.
I feel like established was the wrong word. It's not balanced. In terms of attack and midfield, sure. Okay, even Pogba. Pogba's not very balanced because we don't know what he really is. So that's a problem in itself. He might be, he might have the skill and the talent, but it's just not consistent enough. So that's a problem in itself. Bruno, Donny, those are the only two in the midfield where you can say it's clear that they could pick a position and they could play perfectly. The rest, Fred has question marks. Fred has been consistent, but he had off games. Do you
Honestly,
really
the
know
thing
what-
is though is that I still stand by it. And the whole thing is that I understand the players might not be the best, and everything comes down to opinion. But if you give Klopp, Pep, or Poch this team,
Don't
I
even
think
have
you'll
to
see
go that
some
high
results.
up. We could look at Rolf Hasenhüttl alone.
You look at
The
Bielsa.
manager. We just
I mean,
lost.
I look at Bielsa. Look, Bielsa's team is the worst team in the world. Those players are awful. Like
The
bar
championship,
bar
no.
Rafinha, who's very quality, and Calvin Phillips. Those teams are off. That team is awful. But look
Okay.
what Bielsa's doing with that team.
Let me argue it like this. Let me argue what I think Ola needs to win the title. I think he needs a quick centre back. One. I think he needs a quick.
He has one.
He does have one.
I'm interjecting
Okay.
as you go, but yeah, carry on.
He's got two. Actually.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
Quick center.
Let me rephrase it. He needs a quick world class centre back. We don't have that. We don't have that. He needs him
Not
to
that name
play.
good enough.
He needs him to play either next to what's his name again, Maguire or Lindelof. In the midfield, he needs a CDM who's established as a CDM, like Ndidi or Rice, who's
Yeah.
going to be number one,
CDM we don't
and maybe
have. Yeah, I agree with you.
Fred can be number two. And the last piece of the puzzle, I think he needs an established right wing. And I think by doing that, the team will be more balanced. And if you can't do anything with that team, then I'll say, yeah, there's no more. We can't move any further
Yeah, I
because
can't.
the team isn't the
The
problem
only point
whatsoever.
I'll disagree is with the centre back thing. I disagree with because I do think Tuanzebe, but this is obviously my opinion. I do think he might not have this world class stature, but this man pocketed Mbappe and Neymar last time we played with
Yeah.
Tuanzebe. You know, and all the things that people say about Mengi. Again, we haven't even seen Mengi. We will probably never will see Mengi. Right wing, I know we wanted Sancho. Sancho would have made a big
We have
difference,
Diallo
but
coming in January as well.
yeah, well, yeah. But I'm just saying for now,
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Rashford
right?
on the right and Mark. Look at that. Oh, I don't have the front three, no. But that front three is great. That front three
Yeah.
really is great. The one position I do desperately agree with is CDM. There is no one who can fill that.
Rashford's
role.
not a right wing. We're trying on
I
right
think
wing. He's
he
not a
is
right wing.
I
at this
think.
right.
Jadon Sancho would have been the right wing. But
Should have been.
though the thing is,
He should have
you can't put that burden on Ole because one, we've only tried it for a few games. Two, it's not clear that he's a right wing. And three, Jadon Sancho was the solution. We didn't get it.
But again, you have the option there with Rashford. He's clearly competent in that position. It's not like we're playing a Dan James and a Juan Mata there, which we were for part of the season until he tried something
You can't
different.
say
Oh, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna
You
say
can't say-
Oli is not getting the best out of these players. He's not getting anywhere near the best
Not
of what he's got
this-
out of
yeah.
these players. Nowhere near.
And one thing I want to add about the DM
He
is,
is
like I said,
fluking it. And this man here, boys. I stand by it. You take this man out of this team. Curtains. Shut up shop. Sell the club. Sell the manager. Because
Ma-
it's done, boys. It's done.
my only rebuttal to that is that I don't think many managers could win the title and be amazing with the team.
Yeah.
I think there's a
No,
few.
I say
but
no.
I don't think
I
there's a
stand
lot
by
you
your
can
point.
do.
No one's gonna win the freaking League or Champions League with this team. No one in the world is gonna win. Not even I, not even Poch, not even Bell. No one, not Jurgen, not Pep. No one
points
will
alone
win.
should be
But
the squad has
They
improved.
will
He
make
should
top
be-
four. I stand by it. They will make top four easy. They will get out of that group.
And Ole,
They will play
Ole could still
way
make top
better
four.
football. Yeah, he could, but
Ole could still make top four. Ole could still. We're still top of the group at the end of the day. We're still top of the group at the end of the day, if I'm not mistaken. We're top four. How many points are we from top four? So I don't think you can use those arguments because we were there.
But it's
you know,
not.
and we made
But
top
the
four last
problem is,
season.
it's just like we can. We always live in this hope though. But it's never reality. It's not like it's always like we waiting, we
but
waiting.
it's
We are fucking
though,
United. We are Manchester United.
though,
We are the worst
though.
start of the season ever, as a Manchester United. And look, imagine we just had the good start. We had a good start to the season. We could have been talking about a title challenge. We could have been talking about a title challenge, but we bottled it.
But
we
one,
had
one,
awful
but
games.
as you say, I get you. But as you say, we're not title challengers. And two, top four only becomes a reality once 38 games are over. What we're doing right now, we're close to
The
top
problem
four.
is though,
We're
I think it's a
challenging
little
for top
too
four.
late though. Like I agree with Clayton though, it will be too late by then. It will then it's too late. Like if it comes down to the last day, it's gonna be like, it's the whole thing, and that's why I say stagnation could be worse than just straight out either succeeding or failing. Because if you just stay stagnant, it'll become too late. Like what if Poch just goes by the end of the season, and at the end of the season we ended fifth and no Champions League again, and now Poch he's chose a job somewhere else. Then we are in
I get you.
big trouble.
I get you. And
Like,
I
let's
guess
just say
to some of the arguments,
like
yes,
what you're saying is like he still can. So let's just say 37th game. Now we're on the 38th game of the league. We have to win that game to get Champions League. And now we're saying it's not done yet. Ollie's story hasn't been done yet. But now Poch is gone. If he does lose to it, and let's just say he lost to it, it's like, well, now it's game over. It's game over. And the only reason I'm putting so much pressure is because Poch is out there. If there ever was a perfect manager to replace Solskjaer at this moment, is Pochettino. In my opinion. There is no one. I don't
I hear
think
you.
Allegri
I
could
hear
do
you.
it. I do think
But
Ollie's the perfect
it's-
manager if Poch wasn't available. Like if Poch, let's just say you're still managing Spurs, I'd be like, yeah, we've got no other choice because honestly, I might not think he's good enough, but I don't think there's anyone better out there that could do the job.
Yeah. It's actually putting an offer on the table that's like, we're going to play attractive attacking football and we're going to do it week in, week out, mostly consistently, and try to get the best out of these players and push as high as we can up that league table. I would prefer that over what we're seeing today. I think a lot of United fans were, and that's the big issue right now. Like, he's on the table, he's right in front of us, he's within arm's reach, and just takes
I
up
don't
one
want it to
spot
slip.
right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want it to slip away. That's the thing. I think
I get
it'll be
you.
too
I
late.
guess-
And I think Oli will keep on doing this thing. And I think that's what the thing. You'll get fans like you. I'm not. That's not a diss to you, but I think you'll get fans like you. Be like, give him time, give him time, give him time. Then we get a PSG like this again, and we're like, oh no, and they'll go win again, and then it's at the end of the season, it's not going to be good enough. And by then, I think it's too late because I don't. Well, today, well, luckily, Pep signed a new deal, and luckily, Tuchel saved his job today. But how long is Poch going to wait for us? I don't
Yeah,
know.
no. It's two different perspectives, I think. You guys think the writing's on the wall, so you think, what's the point of waiting?
Yeah,
But
the
I
right
think
thing
it's
is
not on the wall. I think it's not on the wall, and there's still a chance this manager can succeed.
There is a chance.
So
There is a chance.
for that, I
There's
think
always a chance.
give him
If I had to
time.
bet on it, I'd be like, there's a 1% chance. For me, it's 99% written on the wall that this guy is not the guy for the
I
job.
get you.
There's nothing that
Poch will
shows
come
me.
in, and
Yeah. There's nothing that
Poch will
shows
come
me
in. There's
that
still no
this guy's
guarantee
gonna
he'll
be
make
good.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
No, there's never guarantee in
There's never
football.
guarantee. Yeah, there's never guarantee in life. But it can't, and that's why the fan opinion is so great. That's why we do the shows like this. Because we get different things. However, I will say though, if I was manager of Manchester United, because I'm gonna get the title, I won't even lie to you. I'm gonna get the title. You won't see Maguire and Lindelof in my team. I won't even lie to you. You'll never see them again. Ever. Never. Ever. In your life. You'll never see McTominay again. I'd rather go down with the ship with. I'll play a Mengi and Twanzebe. I'll be like, you know what, if I sink the right way. I said I gave it everything. And
I feel like another big problem for me.
Yeah.
Another big problem for me. I don't want to stop the cycle again. Like that's
No,
also
that's
a
the
big
biggest
bummer.
thing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. But that, and that's also heavily why I said, because I said, if there ever was a manager, because I love Poch even when he was at Spurs, but I was like, if there ever was a manager, you give him the cycle, the full time, no matter what you do, is Pochettino for me. If there ever was a manager, I'd be like, it's the toughest thing. I was like that with Mourinho, but obviously, Mourinho got fired. I still wanted Mourinho to stay in the job. I wanted Mourinho to stay in the job. I was like, no, this is Mourinho, guys. I mean, not often we're gonna get a manager like Mourinho. I wanted Mourinho to do well, and I believed in him. Like the guy finished second the season before. I mean, what? I mean, the man, and he had a way worse team than this. So that's why I think if there ever was a cycle where you're gonna get attractive football, a guy who will love his players to the death, and a guy who I trust tactically is Pochettino. A guy who has the history of not getting the backing, which we know won't happen at this club, but will get the results, is Pochettino. It's like the most perfect, logical thing to do in the world. This guy didn't get backed at Spurs. This man never gets back, but he makes top 4 every season. And I'm not saying that's what it is, but I think that's the next step. I think Ollie's step was to come, bring back the culture, lay the foundation, and leave the team in a better state than it ever was before. And I think that's what he is done. I think this team is the best we've ever seen it. I think he has built up the culture again, But now I think it's time for the consistency. And I think the most consistent manager in the world is arguably Pochettino. And I do believe if Pochettino did have to go to a City or PSG, people would be saying, oh my God, this guy actually could win a trophy. And I would back him to go win things like a Champions League, things like the league. And then I'll be like, you was right all along. But that's just hypothetically, I mean, I know you love Pochettino as well. I know you like Pochettino.
I do. But as I said, like he's actually probably my second favorite manager, as insane as it is.
Yeah.
But as I said, I don't want to stop the cycle again. I think we could have something special under Ole, and I'm willing to give it a few more years or a year or so just to see if it'll come to fruition.
If I have to watch a few more years of those Spurs, I might commit suicide. Yeah, fuck. This team is depressing. I can't do this 4-game win, then lose 2 games, then it's meltdown, then again, and then we get top 4 and we're like, breathing. No, it's not good for my health. But that's just my opinion. And it's been a long show, so I think we should.
For me, can I just say this? For me, if we make top 4, if we're inconsistent but we still make top 4 and win a trophy, I'm going to be good. Honestly, for me, that's job done. It doesn't matter how inconsistent it was. For me, the fact that we did that and we made top 4 and we won a trophy, I feel like it means that there's better things to come with better players.
Yeah, but then, again, now you're leaving the hope in the owners getting us better players, which is not going to happen. I'm just going to kill your dream there now. It's not going to happen. We ain't getting Sancho. We ain't getting Haaland. We ain't getting no one. I don't care who we linked with. I ain't believing anything anymore for the rest of my life.
We signed though. We not might sign enough, but we still signed.
We signed the wrong
every
place.
single season.
We signed the wrong place. We've made one great
Not
signing.
always.
One. Cavani is not a good signing. I will stand by this. You better go bag me 30 goals and go get me the golden boot. He didn't do his job today. There is one man in this world, is that guy who needs a statue outside of Old Trafford. That is the one signing in this world that
Okay.
they've got right. And why did they get that signing? Let's not forget, he should have been there in January. He wasn't in there. And why did he get there? Pogba got injured, Scott got injured, Fred was alone. They were forced. Their hands were tied behind the back. And you know, Bruno Fernandes was like,
Okay.
I'm still here. So why did we get Donny van der Beek? Van der Sar. It's like, easy deal. You wanted a cheap midfielder, I know you guys wanted Grealish. Donny van der Beek is arguably the same level as Jack Grealish. And for way more or less of a price. And now all he's throwing his toys out the pram. You know, he doesn't like Donny van der Beek. We all know he doesn't like Donny van der Beek. He's retarded. That's what it is. It's just that's what fuels me. He doesn't play Donny. He doesn't play Paul Pogba. He doesn't play the right team. He doesn't get the tactics right. He doesn't get the team right. And when things aren't going the way as his plan A, he doesn't have a plan B. And if he does, it's idiotic. Like today, when he brought Digalo on into Rashford, I'm like, this guy must be faking the fucking piss. There's no ways. And that's things like that bug me. Because it happens all the time. All the time. He's either this tactical genius or he's retarded. That's what it is. So it annoys me. And yeah, I had my rant on Oli. You know, we've all had our rant. In fact, we did a 2-hour show once upon a time about Poch versus Oli, you know. So we've said everything we've had to say. And at the end of the day, one of us will be proven right. Either Moloto is going to get, you know, what he wants, or Clayton, or not Clayton, I should say myself is going to get what I want, which I think, if I was a betting man, I'd probably be looking at it right. So not, because it might take us a while to get there, but at the end of the day, he's getting sacked. That's what I probably think. Oli won't be this manager for like 20 years. Okay, I can tell you that now. There is no ways he's going to do like a Ferguson or a Klopp. There's just no ways. There ain't no ways. But yeah. It's been a good show. It's been a long show. To summarize, we were awful against PSG. Got absolutely clapped. Embarrassing. Tactically clueless players. I don't know. If I was the players, I honestly, I'd go kick Martial in the head. I'd go kick Martial in the head. I'd smack Cavani. I'd suplex Fred. I wouldn't let Maguire and Lindelof on the team bus. The hair, I'll make sure.
Wouldn't let Fred on the team bus.
I wouldn't let Fred on the team bus either. Like, yeah.
Can walk home.
And with Oli, you'd have been in my bonfire a long time ago. But anyways. That's a metaphor. I'm not saying I would actually throw him. I love the guy. I love Oli. I'm just saying. If I would put people in a bonfire, it's probably Ed and the Glazers. 100%. Because it's their fault. It's their fault to win the situation. 100% burn those guys, nuke those guys. So if I had the chance,
There we go.
you know, fuck that. Yeah. I would be in prison. I'd be in prison for things I do to the Glazers. But anyways, boys, yeah, it's been a good show. And yeah, so if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, do smash a like to the video, all that good stuff. And yeah, we shall check you tomorrow for our match preview against West Ham.